I sometimes feel like I've not got enough spiritual stamina for this world. I get worn down, I get exhausted. I start off good, like I feel connected and beautiful, but then something happens, something goes wrong, a plane flies overhead. It could be anything. Suddenly I need more succor, more nutrition, more connection to something powerful, something that's bigger than this world. This world will not be enough for me, no matter how, I don't mean the natural world, I mean the world of culture, the world of things. God, I love beauty. Look at this grass, for heaven's sake, the beauty of it all. But I have to instantiate my connection to the natural world through my own natural facilities and through the elevation of my own natural abilities, i.e. respiration. This Kundalini exercise is going to increase your spiritual power. Apparently, it's a bit of a tax on the endurance. The person who showed me it said, you put your hands like this above your head, right? Inhaling for 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you'll hold for 8 seconds. Then you'll exhale orally for 8 seconds. Then you'll hold that out for 8 seconds. We're going to do this for 5 minutes together. What you may feel is a bit tired and all that kind of stuff and a bit of irritability. And look, people that know about acupuncture and acupressure points might say, God, what is it to be? How often do you spend like having this part of your body exposed and up? I'm always trying to rationalize these exercises because part of me doesn't understand how spiritual techniques can work. It still baffles me that it does work, that it is successful, that it's a successful way of dealing with things. An ant might walk across this lens, but I'm going to treat that as a very beautiful special effect if it does happen. So, okay, you know, if any Kundalini exercise, we tune in. I just want to make sure you've understood the fundamentals. Fingers linked, hands above the head, about 6 inches above the top of the head like that. Inhale nasally for 8, hold for 8. Exhale orally for 8, hold for 8. Eye position, you close the eyes 9/10, you'll just be able to see the tip of your nose. That even creates a bit of a weird feeling in me. So we tune in with the Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. You'll hear my tune. This is the way I was taught it years ago. I like it to have a little tune. I hate it when it's just Ong Namo. I like a little tune. Then when we close out, Sat Nam, 3 Sat Nams. You elongate the Sat Nams. Again, you'll see how I do it. Okay. We're doing this to become spiritually stronger. We're doing this so that when lockdown ends, or you know, if it's already ended where you are, you can cope with the madness of the world and that you don't go through life getting involved in punch-ups at checkouts and breakdowns everywhere, because the world is a crazy place. And if the spiritual world don't become real to you, then it's going to be a challenge. Let's tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Fingers linked, hands above the head. Inhale through the nose for 8, hold for 8. Exhale through the mouth for 8, hold for 8. Repeat. Eye contact, looking at the tippy toes of my nippy nose right there. 9/10 closed if you can manage such a thing. Don't beat yourself up over the accuracy. We're going to do this for 5 minutes. So, as I always say with these things, I suppose you have to do them a lot before you start to feel accumulated benefits, and it is challenging to do it when a German Shepherd comes and potentially claws your microphone off. I like Kundalini breath meditation exercises because it's difficult to do all those things and think at the same time. If you're holding your hands up like that, you're concentrating your eyes, you're counting your breaths, it's going to sort of at least give you a chance of not spending the whole time thinking. For those of you that say, when I sit down and meditate I can't think, try Kundalini. It's a good way in to doing something that's a little more active. Maybe you feel a bit silly doing those things, but I don't know, don't you feel silly sat on a train not talking to anyone, or staring at a phone screen for 8 hours a day, or whatever it is you're doing to get through life? So I say give this one a chance, and let me know if you found it effective, and let me know if you're an experienced Kundalini practitioner, what happens when you do these things, or different ways that I could improve what I'm showing on the channel, or different exercises that you'd like to see over here on Awakening with Russell Brand. I've also got to let you know that Luminary is now available on Apple, so you can get my podcast Above the Noise, where I do a guided meditation every week on Luminary. Plus on Under the Skin, I have an in-depth conversation about the issues that matter every single week. So for a small subscription fee, or it's not necessarily small, you might not be able to afford it, it might be enormous, but it's pretty decent, I reckon. You can get that in addition to Dave Chappelle's podcast, which is on there and absolutely fantastic. So stay with me on Awakening. Please like and subscribe and join our community, because you might want to come to live events that I'm doing, or you might want to see my Shakespeare show that I'm doing, directed by Ian Rickson. There's loads of great stuff, because if you can't see my live show that I'm only doing in the south of England, you might want to see my streaming thing. So sign up to russellbrand.com, go over there and get my mailing list, and let's stay in community together. Keep the conversation going, will you? Cheers.